we need good leadership in the government. Yes, indeed, I agree. We need more clean policy making, good governance. Yes, indeed. But at the same time, we cannot rely solely on the government because the money is in the business. So we need the business to also flock into the ideas of the development itself, with the tones of business, with the tones of socio-economic well-being, with the tones of environmental sustainability. So we need to collaborate and work hand in hand. And that's the idea why we also established this program, Sustainable Finance, so to preserve the better future. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizky Wisnoentoro. My Ph.D. is in the multidisciplinary studies, mainly discussing about sustainability, and my thesis was in banking industry. So that's the continuation of my previous master's thesis as well. In master's thesis, I was trying to find the investigative analysis about the failure of a bank because of the corruption case, and in terms of sustaining the business in the long run. And I continued that research into my PhD thesis as well, into more specifically discussing about the intersections between ESG and also sustainable finance, microfinance as well, and how the business, especially in financial company, engage into the community. So with the socio-economic well-being, the welfare context as well, which actually that's also what I have been doing in academic and in the practitioner area for the probably more than 2 decades, since around the late 90s until today. So I've been in this field of sustainability and in financial industry for nearly 3 decades, and still counting nowadays. So much growing up on the streets, quote unquote, because I began as an employee, reaching as the division manager at the age of 23 for the very first time, and now I'm always trying to make it balance between academic and in professional area. So that's how we can keep on growing and learning, I think.
Alright. Matthew, you mentioned that there was like corruption cases. Is there any like particular corruption case that made you want to switch to academia and study those intersections that you mentioned?
Mainly it was in the financial field. So it's so much interesting, I think. Corruption case is just one of the cases that would be related with the bank. But now we are entering the new era, especially after COVID-19. We are entering the new transition era where environmental issues, socio-economic development issues, and also the business sustainability issues itself are colliding one another, and they are all intertwined, and that affects the entire society, nationally, regionally, and globally. And so the question now is even deeper, how to finance all of this transition, and who should be responsible to do that. So that's for me, that's a really interesting area to be discussed and to be delved deeper into the research papers, research activities, or even the collaboration between university and also the company itself. So there is so much more intriguing areas of discussions, I believe, in the next two decades at least.
Okay.
Yeah, the dynamics is so for me it's so fascinating, academically fascinating.
All right.
But
Yes.
sometimes it's ironic as well.
Okay. And like you mentioned, this is new. This is something new, right?
Yeah.
Like, but could you introduce us to a background on how finance becomes sustainable? Like, what are the prime examples, and why do we need to make financing like become something sustainable?
Okay, so this is also another interesting case. Finance and sustainability appears to be it's like the two sides of the coin. So we can make policies, we can make all of the new ideas, compelling ideas per se, for the society to grow, for the citizens of the nations to grow. But the question is always be there about, well, good policies without the backup of financial adequacy, it will be it will be not balanced, because in the analysis of the development itself between the government, the business, the academia, and also the society, and now it takes some other helices like politics, leadership, even social media. We are all working together, hand in hand. We need to preserve the better future. That's the main case actually. So finance appears to be one of the ultimate backbones. It has a spinal roles. We need good leadership in the government. Yes, indeed, I agree. We need more clean policy making, good governance. Yes, indeed. But at the same time, we cannot rely solely on the government because the money is in the business. So we need the business to also flock into the ideas of the development itself, with the tones of business, with the tones of socio-economic well-being, with the tones of environmental sustainability. So we need to collaborate and work hand in hand. And yeah, that's the idea why we also established this program, Sustainable Finance. So to preserve the better future.
Okay, right. So for that to happen, we need like collaboration and really strong cooperation as well through all those areas, so that we could preserve a better future. Now, what are your aspirations if like UIII recruits more students? What are your aspirations after they complete their degree here in the university? What would be the outcome for these students? What would they do? And as you know, it's pretty important for like the candidates to know what will they do in the future after taking a course in this university. So what do you think? Yeah.
So one thing that made me lose my heart in here, the moment I firstly visited this university, is that I feel the ambience. I can see that this is a good place, inshallah, God willing. This is a good place for people to grow, not only for the students, but also for me as the academia itself. Everyone needs to grow. The basic point is that we should keep on learning. If the business must be preserving the culture as a learning organization to survive and to sustain. So me as a person, I have my own vantage point that I still also have to learn every day, from the day I was born until I die. So I see that this place is very constructive to do so. So I hope that all the students coming here are those who are eager to make themselves better. So from here, my dream is that we can spark some ideas, we can spark some contributions for the global society out loud, and expand the outreach as well, and show to the world that, hey, this is what we can do, this is what we can share, this is what we can give. Not only that we will think that what we can get in return, it will be for the long term. Yes, we hope that in return we can give our best to the country, give our best to the society, and when the students return back to their homelands, wherever they are, in any side of this world, I wish that they can also preserve their best to the surrounding communities, and also to the ecosystem, and also to from the financial sector, most especially from this program. They can contribute some new fresh ideas, some novelty ideas, not only in the matter of the vision, but also we hope that we would be able to create the new leaders in the future. So that's, I think, also what makes us distinctively different from the other programs. First, we are among the first master's program in sustainable finance nowadays, as long as I know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But we can see a lot of business sustainability studies nowadays. But now that the trend of the knowledge is getting into the niche of the new ideas, sustainable finance is here to stay. So the demand is very high out there for those who know better about sustainability, and most especially about what to do with the finance to support the development, what to do with the finance to support the ecological conservation, for example, or what to do with the microfinance in terms of empowerment, in the sense of empowering the below the poor society, for example. So we need those people who can combine between the education, the academic, the theoretical background, the textbook sense of mind, and the practical reality. Okay. So that's why not only that we will develop their mindset, we will develop their knowledge as well, but we will also do our best to develop the students' practical skills, the life skills as well, and also we have not just the thesis program, we have the capstone project as well as the requirement for finishing the studies. So in short, we try to fulfill the needs of the all of the hemisphere outside the university, be it in the industry, NGO, regulatory frameworks, and so on and so forth, and with the basics as the core competence of academic institutions. So I hope this will be quite a complete balance in the future. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Thank you for that wonderful answer, Fa. I believe this is the last question. It's just that economics, financing, or anything related to money, there's been an ongoing notion that anyone who wants to study under those fields is just trying to get rich, right?
Okay.
Now, how do we combat that? Because now, after hearing your answer, I can understand that companies now isn't maximizing profit anymore. Like we take into consideration like the ecological conservation and other consequences of maximizing the profit. Now, again, how do we like just argue against that notion that we're not just trying to get rich, but like what we're teaching you here is to become more sustainable for a better future.
Okay. All right. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Is it, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like there is nothing wrong to be rich, right? So the matter is, how can we be rich in a good manner, right? We need to be rich so that we can share more to the poor. We need to be rich so that we can conserve more on the turtles, the baby turtles, for example, right? We need to be rich so that we can do the more outreach, be it for the ecological conservation and all of the poor society. So the point is now the world is shifting from the long-term, from the short-termism into the long-termism. Previously, it's all about the short-term profit and loss calculation. For example, efficiency is a must. Yes, I agree. We buy some lights in the buildings, all right, with the price of 1,000. Okay, now we need to change into LED. LED's price might be 5,000. All right, but why should we buy 5,000 for LED if we can only spend 1,000 for the regular lights? Okay, but the light bulbs that we buy with 1,000 makes us to do the repurchase on the following year. In the following year, we need to buy again. Why? Because the conventional light bulb is ended already, right? No longevity. But with LED, where the moment we spend 5,000, we can prolong it until the next 5 years. So which one is better, right? so that's some other ideas, right? Some other ideas about how the world is greatly shifting nowadays from short-termism into long-termism. I agree with you that now what we need is to preserve the wealth, not only for us. The ability for us to sustain the living today must not compromise the ability of the next generation to preserve their living.
All right.
So that's the main idea, because I strongly believe that actually we borrow the future from the next generations.
Okay.
So whatever we do now to be rich must be in a good manner. Because later on, we need to transfer the wealth generationally. Later on, we need it to be more generative so that the next generations can sustain their living with maybe more limited resources, with maybe more uncertain circumstances, maybe more complex geopolitical situations, right?
Yes.
Or maybe more anxious global society. We never know, but the things happen now, exist, and all we need to do is to put our best to find the balance, complete balance between in the past, lessons learned in the past, and how can we project the future, be adaptable, be agile, and mitigate everything while at the same time expanding the network.
Right, yes. So what's the point of being rich on Earth if we can't live on Earth, right?
That's the idea.
All right, so thank you very much, Dr. Rizky Wisnoentoro, for your time once again. I think it's a wrap. So we look very much forward to we can meet again.
Inshallah. Let's learn together.
Yes, let's learn together. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.